What's up, you guys? This is Dart Shredder and Ciera here for the podcast of everything, a podcast that will explore mental health, gaming, tech, and more. We are your co-hosts for today's episode. In today's episode, we are going to be talking the Minecraft 1.20 update with speculation, rumors, news, and more. Kyle could not be here due to medical and personal reasons, and Reese cannot be here due to unrelated matters related to some of the other games and activities that he has going on in his life. Today's message was brought to you by. Okay, so Sierra, I want to talk to you about 1.20 because 1.20 is a very interesting scenario in turn of events, as they did mention some stuff related to the update, but as far as we know, we don't have any real 100% concrete release date information. We do have information about blocks and that sort of thing. Some blocks, some the mob vote and all that. So that's actually a really cool thing. They actually revealed that related stuff in the Minecraft Live 2022 presentation. Developers behind Minecraft shared um, very big stuff regarding the update, but there's still a lot of information that is really incomplete. So I want to know your thoughts on this. I want to hear your take on what you think will be coming beyond just the camels and the bamboo blocks and rafts and all this other stuff. So yeah, I want to know what you think about that.
Well, I haven't really watched the trailer yet, but I've heard a lot about it. Considering we don't know what actually be coming, I can't say for sure. Honestly, I really hope something like another light source will be.
So I do want to read to you what we do have so far for Minecraft features announced in 1.20, which will hopefully be coming soon. Okay, so it's gonna be we know there's gonna be new mobs. We also know there's gonna be new blocks. This is coming from the local read, and this is the list of stuff that they have in fact mentioned. So we're gonna have a sculpted bookshelf, a functional bookshelf where you can actually place up to 6 books. That means that um I guess we're looking somewhere along the lines of like an actual bookcase rather than a old Minecraft bookshelf where it already had books in it. This one will be like a blank bookshelf that's hollowed out where you could actually stack books in it, to my knowledge. Bamboo wood, wooden blocks made of bamboo, including doors, ladders, trapdoors, and planks, and a mosaic, a new type of decorative block just for bamboo. We've also gotten announcements for a raft, the bamboo version of a boat that is actually a flat raft that you can ride. Hanging signs. They will appear on walls, ceilings, and narrow hanging varieties. Has 10 wood variants: bamboo, acacia, oak, dark oak, crimson, spruce, birch, jungle, mangrove, and warped. And the real purpose for hanging size is unclear. One of the things that do want to make as a side note that is not specifically mentioned, but that I guarantee you is going to be a very good use for hanging signs. If you are a player in creative mode who likes to build cities and whatnot, you will enjoy the hanging signs because then you can actually put signs above entryways to towns, railroads, like actual roads and other related civilization related things. So that would be very useful for them. And then the sniffer egg, it will hatch into a baby sniffer, a new monster in the 1.20 update, and can be found in ocean ruin chests. So they're also gonna get there's gonna be no new biomes so far confirmed in the new update. This is not the first time that a major update hasn't included a new biome. In 1.15 or 1.14, Busy Bees update, Mojang only introduced the bee swarm and everything related to it. such as the honey block, honeycomb, and that was really basically it. We're gonna get a camel now. Whether or not that hints at a desert update, I don't know. But we can't really say that there will be a desert biome overhaul because, what are they gonna do to a desert besides add an oasis and like add better pyramids or like Giza style pyramids or
I think they
statues
could
and that sort
add
of
new
thing.
things to the cacti in that case.
They
The
could,
camel does actually seem to hint at a new update, at
right,
least an oasis.
right, and with what you said with the cacti, they could change the shape of the cacti. Right now, the cacti is, well, it's just a stalk. It's just a thin,
Yeah,
skinny stalk. They could change the cacti to make it more realistic. Like in real life, the cactuses actually have a center, and then most cactuses have two arms on either side if you go to the desert, especially in the southwest. They have the two arms and the center cacti. Why in the world in Minecraft is the cacti just a thin, thick stalk when it should have I don't know, cacti arms because, most cacti actually have arms. So,
yeah. Saying like seems like the desert would I would love to be updated. I would love to see cactus fruit as well. Be awesome.
hmm. You want to know what I you want to know exactly what I've always wanted to see in a Minecraft
But
civilization. No, I'm just playing with you. There's no point in having a big metropolis as a biome update. That would be stupid.
that'd be
Uh,
crazy.
I was just trolling on that one. That was just me trying to be trolling on that one. Um, but yeah, but what if they did actually do a desert biome overhaul update? That would be very cool. But then the only thing that they really could change is the village style, the pyramids, the cacti, and the animals that live in them. They could also add various forms of weather with the desert biome, such as the dust storm, for example. We do get dust bowls. They could add the dust bowls or dust storms. They could add dust devils. That's a possibility in Minecraft, although the mechanics for that wouldn't necessarily be all that great for Bedrock Edition. It has been done before on Java Edition with the weather mod. They actually had the tornadoes and whatnot. That is a possibility. However, Bedrock Edition mechanics don't necessarily support doesn't necessarily and they might support the scripting for that, but that might be a little bit resource heavy and challenging, and the mechanics of that would be significantly different than Java because they would have to make everything work on the Bedrock code base, which, as far as I'm concerned, um, might be very, very difficult, if not next to impossible to do. So just some ideas that I'm throwing out there that I can think of. Anyway, I want to know what your thoughts are of what the bamboo could be used for, because that might be an interesting idea.
I think it could be used for Japanese builds. About it, like things like call them. Remember what they're. Yeah, I do think they can be used for Japanese and Chinese builds that are traditional.
Something else that I think bamboo could be useful for in building houses and that sort of thing is it could actually make it's not the what it can be used for, but the fact that it will be easier to obtain. Bamboo by far, if you can find a desert biome and find a spot that has a bamboo forest in it, Bamboo comes in large stalks, and if you break the bottom, they all fall down. Meaning bamboo is very fast to collect, and it's also easier to collect than regular wood. If you can find a bamboo forest and collect all the bamboo in it, then you know how easy it would be to actually collect the bamboo and build a house in the first 30 minutes after finding a bamboo forest, and that would just only be the beginning, because then you would have a shelter. Now you could go and get more materials to expand on the bamboo and actually make it better, make your structures better. That adds to the easiness of bamboo, making house building a little bit more easier. And you know what? It might also be on. You could kind of reverse that and vice versa. If they made the bamboo for blocks and whatnot, but then they reduce the volume of the biomes that they generate for bamboo to make it harder for you to do that thing that I was talking about, then that would become problematic. So there's really three ways they could go. They could increase the volume and make it easier, and they could keep the volume and it'll be medium difficulty, but it would still be really easy once you find it, and it will be to your benefit to look for them. And then they could be very different about it and make it extremely difficult by reducing the number of bamboo biomes that you can actually find. Yeah,
It's, that is true. I didn't really need that. That was a lot.
yeah, yeah, it is actually. So now I want to get your opinion on the camel.
Oh, I love the game. I love. I've been wanting a camel for Minecraft a long time now. Believe it or not, we could use some mobs in the desert. What better than a camel?
Works better than a horse.
Huh?
uh, yeah, it kind of works better than a horse. I mean, think about it. Horses in real life would have to get water and that sort of thing. Granted, I don't think they don't have to do that in Minecraft. But I mean, if think about it, you have a camel. You could not only could you carry things on its back and whatnot using a satchel or chest or saddle or like a um, backpack or something that goes into the back of the camel's second hump, but you could also the camel would be very good. The downside to camels, they're slow. So whether or not that it would be bothersome to some people, I really don't know. But if they did make the camel fast as a horse, and well, they allowed you to carry stuff on the back like a donkey, then that might be more a little bit more useful, but it might not be as realistic.
Yeah, it's like camels do carry water in their humps, right? So I do believe we could have something to do with that in Minecraft as well. If you know what I mean.
Yeah, right. Also, I now want to shift gears, and I now want to shift gears to one of the largest city projects in Minecraft ever constructed. It's called Greenfield, and this is really breaking technically. Well, breaking as of the time that we're recording this, but it might not be breaking by next year. But Greenfield just released recently the new 0.5.4 map, which includes the addition of the new airport zone, includes the addition of an even more brand new freeway um interstate coming off of Longport Keys, an extension to Longport Keys, and an even bigger freeway extension from there. It includes more water extensions to that sort of thing. Um, there's sort of like an interstate dead zone. Um, like when you go over the LA River or Greenfield River or whatnot, on the east side there is a interstate dead zone where the interstate just abruptly just terminates, breaks off into exit ramps and whatnot. They've extended the rail system. They've added a actual interstate around the airport terminal itself, which is very cool, so you can actually go over to the airport. And then with the interstate, they've actually added a brand new suspension bridge that I actually do think that the suspension bridge might actually might, according to the dim map that I'm looking at, there might be some holes in the suspension bridge because because I noticed that there is a part of the suspension bridge that is not complete, that has a hole in it. So there might be a hole there, and there's also a marshland nearby the suspension bridge. So they've done a really nice job. One of the other things that I will note is that in this update to Greenfield, they only added to the eastern side of Greenfield, and they didn't really add to the western side of it. They did put a little bit more to the north, but they, other than that, they never really expanded to the west and north. They expanded eastward in this update. So now we have the first suspension bridge, like the Golden Gate style, Tampa style bridge. We have the airport. We have new zones on the east side, and then in the future we might actually get the completion of the northwest side of the banks of the where the suspension bridge ends. That would be awesome of an update. So I want to get your thoughts on the Greenfield map, because this is really huge that they actually added all this stuff. So now we can actually see the Greenfield 0.5.4, and I don't know if they have a Bedrock Edition version just yet, but they should at some point. And so, I guess we'll have to see. Your thoughts?
I've never heard of Greenfield until because I don't go on social media like at all. Have it.
I'll actually share my screen with you so you can see it. It's really cool. That's the download pack thingy, and
Oh wow.
this is the interactive map of the whole city. If you can see it
Oh
on your
wow.
screen, yeah, it's really neat looking. The
Is
di
you.
the dynamic map is glitched. I can tell the dynamic map is glitched.
I can see a few players on there.
Yeah, and I also don't know if that dynamic map is glitched or if that's actually lava that's been placed. That is definitely where somebody blew up Greenfield and placed lava on the map. Not the release version, but the interactive map where they've put lava on everything and have just griefed the whole thing and messed the project up, and I don't know if they're gonna be able to restart it. Um so
That's terrible.
so eh,
That is just terrible.
well, someone blew up the release version's fine, and then somebody comes in after 0.5.4 and puts lava and blows up the map.
Terrible.
That's not looking too good. And I would pray for Greenfield's sake that they have a backup version, which they probably do. Otherwise, that might be the end of it. So, we'll just pray that it isn't. That is that is
That look that
yeah.
looked really bad.
Yeah, that would be bad if that were like the actual um there's no backup. If there was no backup, then that might be the end of it. So yeah,
Yeah,
let's
I'm
hope that
sure
that
they
let's.
have a backup.
I'm sure they have a backup, but let's just take a breath for a second and just think for one moment. If you, they I know they do build it on a build server, how for Java Edition. However, if it's the kind of build server that I think it is, and it's public host that it can't be reset, um if it's the kind of server I think it is where it can't be reset, then that might be the end. It might actually be the end. So let's so let
That
so
would be terrible.
so fingers crossed. Um, but now we can see, now I can definitely see why they've been very strict about who they let on their world for that reason. Plus it's the most popular city in Minecraft. So that that all in itself, idea of the actual build server being griefed doesn't look too good. And was we seen with like other games that have had projects messed up, that can't be reversed. That can really damage a brand. So, thoughts and prayers to them as they try and work to get that fixed. Um,
Yeah, really hope they can get it fixed. Sounds terrible.
yeah. So anyway, we are 20 minutes into the episode. So I only have one more Minecraft thing to go over to for today, and that is Minecraft pick of the week. Minecraft pick of the week really is just you basically just get asked what's your Minecraft pick of the week, and you either pick a streamer or YouTuber or an actual event in Minecraft or something that you either feel deserves a spotlight or that you take issue with, and you just highlight that, and you just choose and highlight that particular thing. So I'm gonna let you go first, Sierra, and yeah, you can go ahead and make your pick of the week. And if you don't know, then just pick something random. I mean, that's what we're here for, right?
I think the vanilla cape is really cool. Not sure if this was added this week, but I think it's really cool. Considering the detail that went behind it and into it. Love it.
Okay. So now for my pick of the week. Um. Hmm. For my pick of the week, I'm actually going to pick the Pixel Heads crew for Minecraft Bedrock Edition's marketplace creator program, because while there have been some setbacks in some of their maps in recent years due to maps being broken with City Life 2 and the delay of the release of City Life 3, I think they've done a phenomenal job at making content and just making it pure and good. So I'm gonna go with the Pixel Heads crew, and that's something that is um that's something that I really want to highlight, because I'm really amazed at how well they've been able to create their maps, make them detailed, keep their maps infinite so that people can infinitely build to their liking whenever they want to, and that sort of thing. And I'm really excited to see what they have coming in store in the next few months and years, because Pixel Heads does tend to release a map every year, to my knowledge, at least one or two maps a year. So that's not too bad. And I also do really, 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 um, really love the fact that they've been able to stay at it this long and have actually done a great job, um, for that. Okay. So, I
Good
think that concludes our episode for today. Like I said to you before we started recording, I wanted to try and keep it at less than 30 minutes if possible. That is all for us today, you guys. If you guys have not already donated, some people may consider donating, some people may not. If you do decide to donate, here's the process for donating. I'm gonna put an Anchor.fm link in the description of the show. There also will be a message link in the description as well for you guys to send a message to the podcast. In addition to that, with the donation link will link you guys to our Anchor.fm page where you guys can choose a recurring donation. If you guys do not wish to send in a recurring donation and you guys would like an option for a one-time donation, send us a voice message or send us an email to tpoe.contact@gmail.com. That's tpoe.contact@gmail.com, and I'll set you up with a one-time donation. It's gonna be provided via Cash App, so you guys know it will be secure. With that, and it's under the podcast of everything Cash App tag, so you guys also know where it's going to and where anything would be coming from. The one-time donation is best for those that don't want to be charged every month on their card, or if they have just like maybe $25 sitting around that they want to get rid of, and they choose to donate to the podcast. The one-time donation works best for that, so you guys don't have to worry about recurring charges and possible errors if that does occur. So that's the best way to do things. If you do choose to do a recurring donation, you can select 99 cents a month, you can select 4.99 a month, or you guys can select 9.99 a month, which is the highest tier. Podcast is is about a little over 2 years, as of the release of this episode, obviously. So, uh, donating 9.99, I mean top tier. Maybe if you're a very dedicated person, you might consider doing that. However, I'm gonna be honest here. I don't really fault people who don't donate because the podcast is relatively new and it would take a lot of building up before people see us as like ready for that sort of thing at the time. I'm gonna go ahead and say that if you guys choose to donate 99 cents, it's 99 cents or 4.99 is fine. I don't see anybody donating top tier yet, just because it's like 2 years and it's not enough time to really um put quote unquote put yourself on the market, like high up on the market yet, because we're not really huge like Joe Rogan or whatnot yet. That sort of thing hasn't come yet, and so donating smaller amounts, I can definitely see that as being more reasonable for at least the coming months and years. My words, not somebody else's. My words coming straight from a co-host. I am going to mention that because I have received at different points feedback that suggests that, you know, that is something that I should probably go ahead and divulge. And one more housekeeping measure. Season 2 we're like halfway through. The goal is to have 26 episodes, significantly less than season 1. So season 3 I'll have an announcement closer to the end of the season as to when that's going to be. Part of the reason for season 2 being so short is because season 1 is was just overwhelming and was so much. And I have a lot going on in my personal life with college and whatnot, and Ciera has stuff going on in her personal life where we can't devote like every single moment of the waking day to this. We can only find so much time, and so this gives us time to focus on other things, take a mental break, and then come back into a season three. So that's the reason why it's so short. Now season three is going to be a little bit longer. I'm planning 50 episodes, but I will tell you there will be a season three. I will go ahead and put that out there. There will be a season three. It just I don't have a date. I don't have a time. I know there will be possibly 50, if not 40 something episodes. Though that much I can tell you. Um, so it's still working out the kinks, but all in all, that's a very wondrous sign for some. For some people, may not want to go that long, but if you whether you choose to stay with us through that length of time or not is up to you clearly. And I just want to let you guys know that I'm extremely thankful for your continued support. From the time that I first started, 2021, January to now, I am extremely grateful to every last one of you guys for making this dream come true of mine. Um, obviously a progression. I went from having just random people and some distinguished guests to actually having four of us, three part-time, to maybe to Ciera and Kyle being full-time co-hosts on the podcast. So that is a good thing. So and it really wasn't really originally was only going to be two of us, but Ciera and Reese, I'm proud of them. They decided to step in and step up to help out, so we're appreciative of them as well. So I thank you guys for your time, and I will see you guys in the YouTube channel video, hopefully, and I'll hear you guys in the next episode.